Right, let's swing right back to all things regarding the Rugby World Cup. The first semi-final has been decided. New Zealand will take on Argentina for a place in the title showdown. Tonight, the second semi-final will be called, with England facing Fiji from 5 p.m. And then the huge clash that everyone around the world is looking forward to. The hosts, France, clashing with the defending champions, the Springboks, from 9 p.m. This is only the second time that the two nations meet in a World Cup, with the only other encounter being in the historic 1995 tournament in South Africa. And I need not tell you what happened in that tournament. The last time they met, this is France and South Africa, in a test match. Les Bleus were victorious, beating the Boks 30-26 in Marseille in November of last year. Joining me now to discuss tonight's game and just get a feel of exactly what is happening out there, it's eNCA reporter Percivale Young coming to us from Paris. Monsieur Percy, a very good afternoon to you. What's happening out there? What's the vibe like? I can imagine that Paris is nothing but incredibly exciting in terms of its atmosphere as we build up to this titanic clash that is happening at 9 o'clock.
Bonjour, good afternoon, Morena Matupi. I can tell you the excitement is building here. Hundreds and thousands of South Africans roaming here in Paris, Morena, ahead of that big clash tonight at 9 o'clock. Stade de France is the venue. It is the battlegrounds between the Springboks, the defending champions, versus the host nation, France. I can tell you, Morena, the excitement is building, anticipation. The South Africans believe their side can get one over France tonight, but the home side, the host nation, there'll be 80,000 strong crowd at this stadium tonight, and many of the locals, they believe the French side will finally put one over the Springboks. I don't know, Moreno, we'll have to wait and see. They have the inspirational captain back, Antoine Dupont, and they believe this is the man, the right man to lead them tonight. In between all the South Africans, I managed to find one very significant person here in a hotel. In all the hotels that are filled with South Africans, it's none other than Ma'am Pemmy Majodina. She's the chief whip of the ruling party in South Africa. I managed to convince her to have a chat with me. So let's just find out what her thoughts are ahead of tonight's clash. Ma'am, thank you so much for your time. Just briefly, you must be excited ahead of this clash tonight. What are you
in Japan, and when we arrived there, we vowed to win. We are in a battle here. We came here to win as South Africans. Whether they have 80,000 supporters is neither here nor there. It does not intimidate us. We are resolute. We are defending champions. The Bokke, with all the greenery that they see, those are Springboks. They will just see something to be out and be finished, and we are going to win not less than 43-17. That's what we are guaranteeing them of.
Ma'am, you sound very confident. Can I ask you, on a different note, seeing all the South Africans roaming around in Paris must be pleasing, knowing that the Springboks will have so much support here tonight.
Yes, you know, one thing with South Africans, we rally behind national importance, national agenda. This is national agenda. This is our national building project, and therefore, all the way, the Bokke shall win. You Spring Bokke. This is your chance. Prove yourself that you are a part of the global community. But with Siya Kolisi as a captain, my captain, take them on. That's South Africa.
Can I ask you, in 2019, President Cyril Ramaphosa had the fortune of hoisting the trophy there with Siya Kolisi in Japan. Do you see him and his team doing it again? There's still at least 3 stages to go, and tonight is one of those big stages the big hurdles they need to get past them.
Hence, some of us are here today to just build morale and that spirit of fighting. President Ramaphosa will be holding that cup with Siya Kolisi come 2023, last day of this rugby will be there.
Probably my last question, I need to wrap it up. Can I ask you, what would your message be to Siya Kolisi, to Coach Jacques Nienaber and the rest of the team ahead of this clash? It's a massive clash. They're playing against the host nation who's been very strong over the past couple of years. In fact, they've beaten the Springboks in the last match, like my colleague rightly said, 30-26 in Marseille a year ago. What is the message to Siya Kolisi and his Springbok team tonight?
A year ago and today, those are two different things. Siya is stronger than before. We are here to support them. You know, South Africans, we are here in our Rainbow Nation because we rally behind our national team. And we are saying, Siya, ungoyiki, don't be scared, go for them. Kubo. That's what we say. Niabo saba, ayi, asibo sabi, siyabafuna, kubo.
I promised I'd wrap it up. You're forcing me to ask this last question. You also, in the very same hotel that you're living, we've got the legendary, we've got the famous Guijo squad also here in the hotel today. They coming to support the Springboks. Yes. It must be pleasing having them here in France as well.
Yes, it will be Guijo throughout. We'll be singing throughout, because when you go to war, you must have something that will motivate you. And the song in South Africa, it's what, when we sing, we become stronger than ever. Our braveness is through singing, and we'll be singing Guijo throughout.
Well, Morena Matupu, there you have it, live here in Paris. Ma'am, Pemmy Majodina, her spirit, well, if that is the tone of what's about to happen here today, then the Springbok will have all the necessary support. For now, Morena, it's a massive day that lies ahead. A lot of things happening here in Paris. It's the build-up before that first quarter-final match in Marseille, and then that big clash tonight at night. It's France hosting the Springboks here at Stade de France. 80,000 fans expected tonight. It's going to be a massive clash. Something tells me we need to buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride tonight.
It is certainly going to be a bumpy ride, but the kind of bumpy ride that sports lovers around the world are definitely looking forward to. I love that energy that is coming from the ANC Chief Whip, MP Pemmy Majodina, and I can only hope that it filters down to Siyakolisi, Jacques Nyenaba, Rassi Rasmus and the rest of the boys, because that is the kind of support that they're going to need to ensure that they get over the host nation, the very same nation to whom we lost this Rugby World Cup hosting rights to. In fact, we were right there in the front runners to be hosting this World Cup, but we did lose to them. So I think, you know what, we should potentially exact some revenge for losing the World Cup hosting rights. Percivale, thank you so much. We'll definitely be catching up with you throughout the course of this afternoon as we build up to that important quarterfinal encounter between the host nation, France, and the defending Rugby World Cup champions, the Springboks. But of course, it's important to note that at 5 p.m. there is the first quarterfinal of the day that's going to be taking place, and either one of those between England and Fiji will be taking on either one of us or France in the semi-finals. Of course, we do know that the first one has already been decided. It is Argentina and New Zealand. That's where we leave it, though, from the sports desk for now. Cindy?
Morena, much appreciated indeed. There is a 62 million strong South Africans who are supporting the Boks, and even in the diaspora, so we certainly wish them well.